we're going to be goaded into giving out these fucking awards. Hey, everybody, welcome back to another episode of... Well, I guess this would be our first annual WonderShop Awards.
Yeah.
Where, we're going to take a look at pro wrestling. We're going to give out some awards, you know. We got certain categories lined up, and we're gonna make this a running thing.
Yeah.
Of course, you know, I'm not Rodimus Prime, and he's not War Machine MJ.
I'm not a dummy.
No, you're not the one wearing shades.
But you are the dummy.
I'm not, though.
Well, somebody's a dummy.
Must be him. Because you're just a stupid idiot. Get back in the earphones.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, we got a bunch of categories. We got Match of the Year, Tag Team of the Year, Best Male Performer, Best Female Performer, Best Gimmick, Most Outstanding Performer, Moment of the Year, Rivalry of the Year, Pay-Per-View of the Year, Brand of the Year.
And Tag Team of the Year.
Yeah, that's a Tag Team of the Year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was like the second one.
Okay.
Now, I've trimmed down, you know, what promotions I look at or I'm awarding because I ain't watched that many promotions.
No.
So I've narrowed it down to WWE, Lucha Underground, NXT.
Yeah.
Next year, I'm going to add What Culture to my repertoire.
Definitely. Same here with me, but as far as mine go, I got WWE, NXT, Ring of Honor, TNA, Lucha Underground, and some of New Japan Pro Wrestling.
Some of.
But I'll let you go first.
All right. I figured we'd do this, you know, a category at a time. Now, we both did ours differently. We didn't have a real set way.
Yeah.
He went by, you know, the category and the nominees.
Yeah.
I went for, you know, the different categories within that brand. Like WWE gets its own awards, Lucha Underground gets its own awards, NXT gets its own awards.
Right.
So, without further ado, I'm gonna. I've been thinking about doing that all day.
It's funny.
Glad the stock value's paid off.
Oh my god.
Just gonna go ahead and say matches of the year. Well, let me start with Lucha Underground stuff. Or do you want to just like ping pong it?
Yeah.
We go with one topic and then we just say which one we like.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, we'll just ping pong it. So, I'll let you go ahead and start since you're the wrestling analyst.
Okay. So go with my awards.
Well, you pick the category.
Okay. Well, we'll start with Tag Team of the Year.
All right. So who is your nominees for Tag Team of the Year?
Tag Team of the Year. Like he said, I did mine different. I went by nominees and category. Some of mine are somewhat long, so I'll just run them down. Tag Team of the Year are The Revival, DIY, Authors of Pain, The New Day, American Alpha, Decay, The Young Bucks, Worldwide Underground, Phoenix, Drago, and Aerostar, Rhino, Heath Slater, The Broken Hardys, and New Japan's own Michael Elgin and Hiroshi Tanahashi.
So yeah, that list, Rhino and Slater are the most dark horse.
Yeah, definitely. But I thought about who I wanted to pick. I'm going to say, as big of a year as the Young Bucks have had, I'm going to go to Revival.
Yeah, Revival really established themselves as you know, one of the best tag teams on the face of the planet, like they say. My tag teams, or were you gonna add on to that?
Well, I was just gonna say, like, at first, you know, the Revival kind of slowly caught on to me.
Yeah.
At first, I thought it was kind of corny, like lame as fuck, but I actually like
they're Southern boys. The Revival.
Yeah, I actually like the Revival.
Yeah, I mean they're really solid in ring work, and they've had some of the best matches in NXT this year.
Yeah.
Especially American Alpha, DIY. Amazing matches. My tag teams for Lucha Underground, I got the Worldwide Underground. They have been dominant this year. I mean, they've just been like heelish douchebags, but they have been really good.
They definitely have had a very good year.
Yeah. Well, when we count Lucha Underground, we count, you know, the episodes of season 2 that started in 2016 until now.
Yeah.
Since we're knee deep in season 3.
Right.
For NXT, I picked American Alpha before they jumped ship to WWE. Back when they were, you know, properly utilized, properly in the spotlight.
They definitely had a big push.
Oh, definitely.
Even though they had a short title reign, they definitely were up there at Full Sail. And the crowd loved them when they came out.
Yeah, because, I mean, when they were separate, Jason Jordan was looking for a tag team partner. The crowd was just like, Jason who? Or, it's like, who's this?
Yeah.
But when he and Gable teamed up for the first time, the crowd just lit up.
It just went like that. It was like magic overnight.
And instead of running away from fire like WWE tends to do, they took that fire and ran with it. Even gave them a cool-sounding name. That name sounds fucking awesome. Sounds like their military outfit, American Alpha.
Yeah, it sounds like another branch of the military. You got the Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, the Coast Guard, and then you got American Alpha.
American Alpha.
It's like, fucking join the draft. If you sign up for the draft, we'll put you in the American Alpha.
We'll put you in American Alpha.
Yeah.
It's like the big guys that used to play football or whatever.
I know, right? Or super jockey athletes that all the cheerleaders love. But.
And if you're salty about American Alpha on the main roster, watch them in NXT. They look like Charlie Haas and Shelton Benjamin.
Yeah, basically the world's greatest tag team 2.0.
Except for Jason Jordan. His in-ring style looks like Kurt Angle's.
Definitely.
Especially doing the whole straps come down kind of deal.
Yeah, it's kind of like now when he does it, it's kind of like the crowd just,
Well, because, they've been horribly booked on SmackDown.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't say horribly booked. I'd say they've been mildly booked.
Mildly booked. They've been booked a little bit better than Bazongo.
Definitely.
Bazongo, that train wreck. Anyway, and my WWE Tag Team of the Year is the New Day. They're the only ones that have been consistent.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the club kind of got into the party a little late, and nobody else has been that impressive.
Nah.
I would say Slater and Rhino, but they just got a fan pop. Other than that,
Yes.
Rhino was doing all the work.
Yeah. Heath Slater, they did the whole I Got Kids gimmick. It's like they just put them together, utilized them properly, and it was just, I understand they wanted to give them something to do, but
Yeah.
They were the dark horse of the category.
So I got Worldwide Underground, American Alpha, and New Day as my teams.
And as for me, I got the Revival as Tag Team of the Year.
All right. Next one.
Next category is Pay-Per-View of the Year. Now, when I was doing the Pay-Per-View category, I did want to put NXT TakeOver Brooklyn and Dallas on here, but I decided to just do one, and the other TakeOver show where they had Balor and Joe.
Oh, TakeOver London?
Yeah. I wanted to put that on there, but I decided to just break it down into one for each brand.
Well, no, I got kind of confused on Lucha Underground, because they don't have pay-per-views.
Yeah.
They've got specials.
Yeah.
So I didn't really put down a category for that one.
Yeah, well, even though Lucha Underground is on TV, I'll still count their specials as a pay-per-view, the same way with NXT.
Yeah.
But anyway, the nominees I got for this category are TNA Bound for Glory, WWE TLC, NXT TakeOver Toronto, ROH Final Battle, Ultima Lucha 2, and Wrestle Kingdom 10. My pick, I'm going to go with TLC.
Gonna go with TLC?
Yep.
Well, again, I didn't put one down for Lucha Underground. Dose just feels like the good feel because it was 3 nights, an hour apiece, so I like it.
And it was great.
It was fantastic. But my pay-per-view of the year for NXT was TakeOver London. That was fantastic, especially that war Joe and Balor had. That was not a damn fight. That was a war, considering Joe was gushing.
Mm-hmm.
And for WWE, my pay-per-view of the year is, of course, TLC.
Yeah.
I wish we had planned that, but we didn't.
No, I guess you can say...
Great minds think alike.
Yeah, great minds thought alike. Especially when it came to the ending of the TLC.
With James fucking Ellsworth.
Yeah, and me screaming like a 16-year-old girl just got her first car.
Yep. And, of course, who could forget Bray fucking Wyatt finally picking up gold in 2016?
Yes.
Wow, who thought we'd ever see that?
I actually like how they're booking the Wyatt family.
Oh, yeah.
It's very great.
Especially doing a combined finisher with Randy Orton. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's definitely cool.
All right. Next.
Best gimmick. Now, we've seen some gimmicks here and there within WWE, TNA, Ring of Honor, etc. But the nominees I chose for this category are Chris Jericho's The List of Jericho, Eli Drake Dummy,
Yeah.
Bobby Roode. Glorious. Who cannot love that gimmick? Broken Matt Hardy. Delete.
Obsolete.
And the dark horse of this category.
Say it.
Darren Young. Make Darren Young great again. But then again, when was he ever great? When he and Titus did the Primetime Players?
Nexus. That was his best.
Yeah.
But let me kind of poke a hole at Jericho for a second there. It wasn't just the list. It was his whole return in general. Whether it was the list, it was Stupid Idiot, Going to Get It, team with KO. He has had a fantastic year with this gimmick.
Yes.
And he didn't need championships to elevate that.
No. Some gimmicks really speak for themselves. Some gimmicks, they have these gimmicks and they don't need championships.
Let me see your gimmick card for a second there.
But other than that, I decided to go with Broken Matt Hardy.
Huh. You left out a name that you told me earlier.
Who did I say?
You had Pentagon Dark on that list.
I sure did.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I just redid the whole categories.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm going with Broken Matt Hardy because that thing just shot out of nowhere. That thing just...
Well, I mean, it was definitely a stab in the dark. Because, at first it was weird. It didn't get over very well.
It was corny as fuck.
But when Final Deletion came around, everybody was off their... they were off their rockers for it.
I'll even say before Final Deletion because...
Well, the build-up to Final Deletion.
Yeah. And then, like I said, even with Bobby Roode's glorious gimmick, it just caught fire. Yeah. And you see how it's turned out. It's gotten TNA. It's got people talking about TNA when they did the first Final Deletion. This gimmick really just took off on its own. And just like Jericho, not to cut you off, but he definitely reinvented himself this year.
Now, I mean, adding on to the Broken Matt Hardy thing, he did something that is hard to do. He actually raised a company from the dead.
Yeah.
TNA was kind of murky water, but he, with that broken gimmick alone and what he's done with it, he has raised it into relevancy. It's still not on its own yet, but it's time. Total Nonstop Deletion was amazing. That was the first episode of TNA I've watched in years, and I'm not disappointed. I actually wanted to watch more of TNA, but this week was a recap show. So.
Yeah. But, he and his brother, well, pretty much he and his family have just taken TNA and put it on their back.
Of course, who could forget about Senor Benjamin?
Senor Benjamin, Vanguard 1, Baby Maxwell. But going to the Bobby Roode glorious gimmick, that thing is just in a class of its own.
It's glorious.
It's just glorious. Like it is. It's just glorious. So I'm going with Broken Matt Hardy. Who you got?
Okay. For Lucha Underground, I have the Machine Cage because, Season 2, Season 3, they've played up how much of a badass he is. Getting busted over the head with a bottle doesn't affect him. Getting put through a window, it doesn't affect him. Anything, he hardly gets affected by anything. Except for when another, Hoss-type guy knocks him clean out like Tejano. So, they've really played up that he's nigh indestructible kind of deal. And that match he had with Matanza, fantastic.
Definitely.
Or his match against Chavo, where Chavo put on some of the best wrestling he's done in years.
As much of a fan as I'm not of Chavo, I have to say he definitely had a good standing against Cage.
He did. It was fantastic. He even did really good storytelling. He cut between a really solid technical wrestler to heel. He kept repeating that sequence.
Yeah, and he stayed within that lane. Yeah. Not many wrestlers from, regardless of the promotion, not many wrestlers stayed within that lane like Chavo did.
I think the only person I can think of that has done that is The Miz.
Well, The Miz he's basically got that lane to himself.
Yeah. Anyway, NXT, my best gimmick, glorious Bobby Roode, because like he said, that shit caught fire day one. It was right there next to Jericho and Broken Matt Hardy. It was just on fire.
And every time he comes out, the crowd sings the song.
The crowd sings. He has had two of the best takeover entrances. The first one, he came down from a scissors lift, like he was, straight out of heaven.
Yeah.
And then Takeover Canada, he had an entire choir, plus the crowd singing his theme song.
And that robe, the robes he had when he came out, especially the one from Toronto.
They're Ric Flair level robes.
Yes.
And not to mention, like, his NXT, like when he shows up on weekly NXT TV, he's got that spinning platform, which just adds to it. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, it was a great gimmick, but with that spinning platform, I was so giddy to see more of it.
Mm-hmm.
Especially the crowd pop. Like, Takeover Toronto, where it was Ty Dillinger, who was, hometown hero, Bobby Roode, who was the home state hero. Ty Dillinger came out first. Well, no, Bobby Roode came out first.
Yeah.
He got the choir, and it was hard to hear anything in Full Sail other than Glorious. Ty Dillinger came out, and compared to the Bobby Roode's entrance, it was kind of, meh, it's Ty Dillinger.
Well, I wouldn't say that.
That's what it felt like.
Well, yeah, I get what you're saying, but it's like when Bobby came out, you thought the whole building exploded.
Yeah.
When Ty Dillinger came out, they had that same reaction, but not as big as Bobby did.
It was condensed.
It was like Bobby Roode, Ty Dillinger. Bobby Roode, Ty Dillinger. But they both cheered them during that match. So the crowd was 50-50.
Okay, and my gimmick of the year for WWE is, of course, Chris Jericho. Now, like I said, he was up there with Broken Matt Hardy and Bobby Roode's gimmick, but let's compare all three, shall we? Matt Hardy's was like far out in left field. Like, it was so cheesy, so corny, so campy that it took a while for it to catch on.
Yep.
Jericho's was just, oh my God, here we go, another stupid Jericho thing. Like when he called everybody hypocrites. But then he just kept slowly adding to it. It wasn't like, let's throw in a whole bunch of ideas at one time. It was gradual, slow. He paced himself with it.
And the crowd just jumped on whatever he was doing. When he, the hypocrite, the stupid idiot, the list, the crowd loves it.
I mean,
hell, he even put Santa Claus on the list.
He put Santa Claus on the list. He even threatened to put Seth Rollins on the injury list. But, I mean, he caught so much fire. Like, he's a heel, but he gets that fan, heat. That face heat.
Yeah.
He has overshadowed the Universal Champion. That shows that Chris Jericho really is the Renaissance man of the WWE. And, like I was telling Rod, it's like he wrote the book on how to reinvent himself. Because he's done it multiple times, multiple iterations. And it's like all these other famous guys pick up the book and read it, like Bobby Roode or Matt Hardy.
Or AJ Styles. And, it's kind of crazy, Jericho being 26 years in the business, it's like he's never fallen off. I
mean, he is slowed down, but he knows when to, take a step back or to go.
Yeah.
He, while his in-ring style has slowed back, his promo skills are amazing.
I mean, they're just one of the top-notch promos, and the thing about it, his gimmick is more over than the entire Raw roster itself.
Oh, yeah. It's over, it's more over than half the WWE roster.
Combined.
Yeah.
So, I mean...
It's one of the most over gimmicks in professional wrestling today.
Basically, bar none. One of the best gimmicks out there.
And, of course, to pander one last time to Chris Jericho, this was his best run since, what was it, the 2008 run?
Yeah.
Where he was Save Us Jericho?
Yeah, where he,
where they flashed up that code on the screen?
Yeah, where he won, where at one point he was the world champion.
Yeah, where, like, he came back and it's like, as soon as he came back, he started a rivalry with Orton.
Yeah. And then he had that match with Edge at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
That's when Edge came back.
Yeah, after they won the titles and Edge got injured.
Yeah.
That would have been a good tag team.
Yeah, definitely.
Of course, who could forget about that promo where he came back. Like it was another comeback into WWE. where all he did was just soak in the applause. Like, he didn't say anything.
Oh, yeah, that's where he started that rivalry with CM Punk.
Yeah.
And they had that match at WrestleMania for the title.
Yeah. That was a good promo.
It definitely was.
He didn't have to say word. Anyway, moving on. We're going to stop cocksucking on Jericho now.
Yeah.
We're going to move on.
But next category is Best Male Performer, and the nominees are Lashley, AJ Styles, The Miz, Seth Rollins, Kenny Omega, Matanza, Adam Cole, Shinsuke Nakamura, and Will Ospreay.
Will Ospreay, let me just say this. He is a fucking hacked character. He defies physics.
He is just one of the best pure wrestlers out there. For as young as he is, he's just an assassin. Beyond assassin.
In fact, he is the aerial assassin of
Yes.
WCPW.
Definitely.
If you want more proof on how much of a hacked character he is, watch his match against Ricochet in the Battle of the Super Juniors.
It's even Evolve.
Evolve.
Yeah, they had that match back in, it was Evolve 59. It was a great match.
Oh, yeah.
But my pick for Best Male Performer, between AJ Styles, The Miz, and Kenny Omega, I'm going to go Kenny Omega.
Kenny Omega. I thought you were going to go Miz.
I was this close to picking The Miz. I was this close. But I'm going to go Kenny Omega.
Boy, Miz really picked up his game after the draft.
I will give him credit. What he said, he's definitely picked up his momentum. He's definitely one of the best heels in WWE, in the company, period.
And he's won this guy's heart. He has.
I will say.
I mean, that's not a dig at your sheer hatred of him. That's just fact.
I mean, he's a good heel. I'll admit that. He's a good heel.
Yeah.
But, like I said, I'm going with Kenny Omega. He's had a pretty awesome year this year. He's going to compete for the IWGP title next year. The leader of the Bullet Club.
And Club Elite. Too sweet.
Too sweet. He won the G1 Climax tournament.
The first ever Gaijin to win the tournament.
He had that awesome final with Hiroki Goto. And, I didn't become a fan of his till I watched Wrestle Kingdom 9 2 years ago. And when he got introduced to the Bullet Club, he just took off on his own. And he's just, like I said, he's had a big year.
I would love to see a match between Kenny Omega and AJ Styles.
Oh my God.
Like, they've never settled that, but I would love to watch it. I've never watched Kenny Omega a day in my life, but I will become a fan based on everything I've heard.
I saw they got his match with the G1 final on Daily Motion. Fucking awesome match. I've watched it at least 5 times already.
So Kenny Omega is the best male performer?
Yep.
Okay, for Lucha Underground, I have Johnny Mundo. I know it's left field for me because I'm a huge Prince Puma Pentagon Dark fan.
I thought you would have went Pentagon Dark or maybe Matanza.
Yeah, but Mundo really has, he really is the best heel that Lucha Underground has.
Yeah, you're right.
And he has had one hell of a year.
Definitely.
I mean, it's so much to say about him, but he's just too fantastic.
Yeah, and he's the Lucha Underground champion right now.
In fact, he's the second Triple Crown Lucha champion. I think he won the big prize in AAA.
Really?
Well, he won a title in AAA earlier this year at their version of WrestleMania.
Triple Mania,
yeah.
Yeah, I think he did. I can't remember what title.
I remember he came out with gold, though.
Yeah, I read about it, too.
He also had another fantastic match with Alberto El Patron in WCPW.
Pretty good match.
In fact, that happened last week. Yeah, because you, me, and Josh sat around and watched it.
Yeah.
It was fantastic.
Wait, no, I thought it was up here.
Yeah. We watched it at Josh's house.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah. But, best male performer from NXT, the King of Strong South, Shinsuke Nakamura. He has been on fire since TakeOver Houston. In fact...
No, TakeOver Dallas.
Dallas, okay. Had the right state, wrong town.
Yeah.
In fact, before that, when he was announced as Sami Zayn's opponent for Dallas.
Yeah.
Dallas, right?
Yeah, Dallas.
Okay.
And even before he jumped ship to WWE, he had a big year in Japan. He took on AJ Styles for the Intercontinental title. Awesome ass match.
In fact, wasn't that as AJ Styles was leaving? Like, wasn't that AJ's final New Japan match?
No, he had a couple more matches before he left.
Oh, okay.
I know they had that big turn where the Bullet Club turned on him.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, but other than that, he's had some pretty big matches. Speaking of Shinsuke with Joe, that match with Balor on NXT TV.
That was amazing.
Sami Zayn at Dallas. I mean, another big year for the King of Strong Style.
I mean, he's definitely had one of the best feuds in NXT between him and Joe.
That is a war. That ain't a rivalry. That's a fucking war.
And, of course, we can't forget about two of his best promos in NXT thus far. There was his promo against Balor, where after Balor lost his last match against Joe, he was asking, what's next for Finn Balor? Shinsuke is like, listen, I started watching NXT when you came over. I came to NXT to be the best. And to beat the best, I have to beat... And the crowd was just like, they were building up like there's an explosion about to happen. He's just like, I have to beat you. And as soon as he said you, the crowd just imploded. It was
wholesale just went bananas.
It was amazing. Then there was his rivalry with Austin Aries, which had one of my favorite lines of his in NXT, where Shinsuke was about to talk to Austin. He's just like, do you understand Japanese? Aries is just like, I don't understand you. Shinsuke's just like, good, I don't either.
I about laughed when he said that. That was pretty cool.
And of course, there was the first promo between Joe and Nakamura, where he slapped Joe. That was awesome.
Oh yeah, that was.
Now moving on, my what was it? Outstanding performer.
Yeah, outstanding.
Okay.
No, yeah, best male performer.
Best male performer. All right. Of course, in WWE, my best male performer is AJ Styles. He has had one hell of a year. And that's all I'm going to say because he's going to pop up more in this.
And pretty much, he left TNA, 3 years ago?
4 years ago.
Yeah, 3 or 4 years ago. And it's like, ever since he's left TNA, he's just stayed up here. He's on a whole nother level from Japan, the Indies, a little bit he did in Ring of Honor, coming to WWE. When, we've talked about this several times when he debuted at the Royal Rumble, how we just went bananas. We went crazy.
Yeah, let's leave it there because he pops up more on my list.
Yes.
But I will say this. Even though he had such a sour end to his days in TNA, that goddamn unification title match. Oh my god, that made me hate TNA.
What unification? Oh, where he took on Bully Ray.
No, where he took on Magnus.
Oh my god.
The true champion, and they had the deck stacked against him with only Sting in his corner.
Yeah, where Sting came out and Magnus and his crew beat them down, and they kept interfering in the match. I remember watching that match on Impact, and I was like, what the fuck?
I mean, I already stopped watching Impact because I didn't have that cable listing. But after that, because AJ Styles was my favorite TNA wrestler, I was sick in my stomach.
Yeah, it was the time they were on Spike.
Yeah.
And I was just like, what the fuck? This is how you're gonna... I mean, and then, stories came out where he was asked to take a fucking pay cut. How are you gonna ask your franchise player to take a pay cut?
How are you gonna ask your franchise player, your moneymaker, in fact, the guy that built TNA, to take a paycheck? Or pay cut. Of course he's got to take a paycheck. But how are you going to ask him to take a pay cut when TNA is the house Styles built?
Like I said, that match was just... That was one of the lowest points in the company's history.
That made me sick to my stomach.
Yeah. Moving on.
The
next category is Best Female Performer, and the nominees are Charlotte, Sasha Banks, Rosemary, Asuka, Gail Kim, Alexa Bliss, Bayley, Becky Lynch, Naomi, Nikki Bella, and Sexy Star.
Boo, Nikki Bella.
I'm pretty sure you're not gonna pick her. I already knew before.
Definitely.
I already knew when I made this list you weren't gonna pick her, but I'm gonna pick Sexy Star.
Of course.
I mean, now Charlotte, Sasha, and I'll even throw Nikki out there as much as you hate her.
Yeah.
she's, they've had some good moments this year, but Sexy Star, she's on a whole nother level.
I feel like out of that list, there's only 2 dark horses in that list. That's, of course, Naomi, since we haven't seen that much of her this year. I will say she does get points for reinventing herself.
I like that entrance, though.
Yeah, even though it is trippy at first. And, of course, Rosemary. That's a dark horse in my book.
Yeah, at first I didn't like the whole decay stuff. I'm still not a fan of it, but it's over in TNA. But she's definitely stood out when her, Abyss, and Crazy Steve got together and did that gimmick. So I decided to throw her on the list. Gotta show her love,
especially Final Deletion 2.
Yeah.
Anyway, for me, for Lucha Underground, female Sexy Star. She's just fantastic. I mean, what's there to say about her?
Yeah.
Other than, season 3's already wrapped up production and she's hung up her wrestling mask. It's a shame, but go out on top, as they always say.
Yep.
NXT, Best Female, the Empress of Tomorrow, Asuka. Come on.
I mean, seriously, the women's division, they've got some good women, but
after the draft, they had a shallow pool.
Yeah, but it's somewhat picked up. But Asuka, she's still got the division on her back. She's still the champ. I mean,
she's still undefeated.
Undefeated.
I guess in my book, the runner-up would be Ember Moon.
Yeah, Ember Moon is definitely coming. I would put Liv Morgan as a runner-up.
Yeah, I'm more impressed with Ember Moon than Liv Morgan.
Well, yeah.
Liv Morgan kind of falls into the cracks just a bit.
Yeah, but Ember Moon, when she debuted, it was just like
that corkscrew stunner, though. Like, no pun intended, she set NXT on fire when she debuted.
That corkscrew stunner, I love it. I've never seen anybody do that, but that's impressive.
Oh, definitely. And for WWE, my best female performer is Sasha Banks and Charlotte.
Oh, so you're gonna make that a tie?
Well, I'd say they both get the spot because they have been there, been the center of 2016 or most of it.
Oh yeah.
It's definitely one of the best rivalries. But above all, I put them both on here because it's one complements the other. It's like that feud between Triple H and Shawn Michaels. They made each other look great. Same story here. They made each other look great.
Or Stone Cold and The Rock.
Stone Cold and The Rock.
John Cena and Randy Orton. As many times as we wanted to see that rivalry end, but it's somewhat like that.
AJ Styles and Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
Except for AJ did all the work making Roman Reigns look good.
Yeah. Being that he's more experienced than he is.
Yeah. And besides that, Roman Reigns sucks. He's a good in-ring performer, but he sucks.
Yeah.
Anywho.
Next category is Moment of the Year. Now, we've seen some moments in wrestling in general, but
oh yeah,
I decided to go with some of these. The first nominee is AJ Styles' debut at the Royal Rumble. He debuted at number 5. And
no, 3.
No, it's 5.
He debuted at number 3.
No, it's 5.
No, it was 3.
Who was 5?
Wasn't him. I believe it was Sami Zayn. No, it wasn't Sami Zayn. But it wasn't AJ Styles. He came in at number 3.
I thought sworn he came in at 5.
No.
Anyway, we'll look it up. No big deal, but anyway.
In fact, you keep talking, I will look it up.
Shane McMahon returning in Detroit on Monday Night Raw. This was around WrestleMania season. He came back. The crowd just went nuts. That was around the time Vince had that stupid award where he gave that award to his daughter Stephanie.
The Vincent J. Kennedy. The Vincent
J. McMahon Award or some shit like that.
Legacy Award.
Yeah, the legacy, that bullshit. And then Shane McMahon's music hit. Once you heard "Here Comes the Money," the crowd went crazy. Daniel Bryan's retirement. That was pretty emotional.
Yeah.
I shed some man tears watching that. That was pretty.
Who didn't? I mean, he was one of the most beloved superstars, and he just.
Yeah.
He had to leave.
Yeah, he had to cut his career short, and he kept pleading to, stay in competition, but you know, officials wouldn't allow that. So we understood that, but you know, that was pretty sad there. Adam Cole joining the Bullet Club.
Baby.
Baby.
Too sweet.
Too sweet.
To cut you off for a second, Styles entered at number 3 as of Wikipedia.
Oh, okay. So I stand corrected.
Yep.
But anyway.
That was nasty.
Alright. Oh my god. Oh my god. That was funny. But yeah.
Too sweet turned into too nasty.
Whoops. But yeah. Like I said, Adam Cole joining the Bullet Club. Samoa Joe winning the NXT Championship in Lowell, Massachusetts against Finn Balor.
Yes, that was definitely one of the biggest upsets of the year.
Yeah, I remember I think I was at work and I saw that and I was like, what? Is this a pay-per-view? And it was like, no, it was a live event, so, you know, he won. Angelico returning to the temple.
Oh, definitely. Like, the crowd was lit.
Yeah, and he, of course, did the dive. And then Sexy Star, keeping it in the temple, winning the Lucha Underground Championship. But, if you were to ask me who I picked for that...
Ooh, I think I know where this is going.
Who you think I got?
AJ Styles.
Yes, but no.
No?
I'm going to go Daniel Bryan's retirement.
Oh.
Because, like I said, that was pretty emotional moment. That was a pretty emotional moment that, you know, they built it up as this is it, this is his last go-round, and, you know, of course that was the night Titus got suspended, being...
Yeah, but we don't care about that.
Yeah, but, you know, still, you know...
He was being a stupid idiot.
It!
He put his hands on the boss.
Yeah, that's something no, you don't do.
And we're not talking about Sasha Banks' boss.
No, we're talking about the other boss.
I'm Vince McMahon, damn it!
But no,
Roman Reigns sucks, we need to push him. Make him love him.
Yeah, but, yeah. Daniel Bryan, you know, he talked about when his dad used to be in the crowd watching him. Unfortunately, he had passed.
Then he talks about that little kid, Connor.
Yeah, his mom was there, his sister was there, his niece was there. Of course, his wife, Bree, was there. The whole roster came out on stage. It was a big moment. And so, yeah, I'm going with D. Bryan's retirement. Again, I shed some man tears watching that.
I won't lie, I did shed some man tears, but I kind of felt like it was coming, considering they kept telling him the same thing. WWE didn't want him to wrestle again.
Yeah.
So.
It's a good thing they kept him around for SmackDown, though.
Yeah, but he was kind of contractually obligated for those appearances. Anyway, for my moment of the year, for Lucha Underground, Sexy Star winning the Lucha Underground Championship. Now, we got the spoilers on it, you know, ahead of time. In fact, we got spoilers of Sexy Star winning the championship at Aztec Warfare 3, and then Johnny Mundo stealing the title the next week. And that was as far as we knew. But we didn't know how good it was going to be. Because, you know, Sexy Star's whole story is, you know, she's a victim of abuse, she found strength, and, you know, she's doing what she loves. But when she won that title, it felt like when Daniel Bryan won the WWE World Championship in the Big Easy. You know, it had that feeling of, you know, if you stick to your guns, you can do anything, you can achieve. No matter who tells you, you know, you can't do it, or you're not built for this, you know, it felt like a huge victory.
Definitely.
Especially Sexy Star putting a nail in the coffin of Mortes.
Yeah.
I wanted to call him Matanza and Mastris for some reason.
Mil Matanza Moras. I can't even say it, but yeah, I got what you're saying.
I tripped on his name, my bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, it felt surreal. It just felt like, you know, wanted to chant yes, yes, yes all over again. Yeah. My moment of the year for NXT, Lowell, Massachusetts. Again, it was so shocking because, you know, when you think title changes, you don't think they happen on, you know, on house shows. You think they change hands on TV or pay-per-views.
Yeah.
Because I remember I was sitting here, I saw it on my phone, I'm like, oh, this is fake. You know, there's no way they're going to change titles in a house show, for God's sake.
And they show it on TV? On NXT TV?
They showed it on NXT the next week.
Yeah.
And I was shocked.
And again, I was at work when this happened. I'm checking my phone and whatnot, and it says Samoa Joe beats Finn Balor in Lowell, Massachusetts. I'm like you. I'm like, this is fake. But no, it was real.
I think the plan was for Finn to drop the belt, and I think it was London, their previous takeover match.
Yeah.
I think he was supposed to drop the belt, but because all of that, you know, all that blood from Joe, they just wanted to get that match over with.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think they just wanted to turn the belt over, and Lowell just seemed like the right place. It was definitely a good thing, because they generated so much buzz.
Definitely.
I remember Facebook and Twitter were just exploded.
Social media blew up. Social media blew up, period.
Yeah. But my moment of the year for WWE, AJ Styles' debut. Because, again, the world blew up about this shit. We did too.
We lost our damn minds. The crowd lost their minds. They went ape shit. As soon as he came out, his music hit, and they showed at the Rumble, Roman Reigns, he's in the ring, and they didn't show the screen, but when the crowd went crazy, they knew it was AJ Styles.
Well, the picture, you know, What Culture painted was, you know, tick down, you know, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Number 3 played some weird music, and all you saw on the Titantron was I Am. And the crowd's just like, who the hell is this? Then when the screen, that was nasty by the way, said phenomenal, the crowd went ape shit. But we at home got the shaft. Because as soon as AJ Styles came out, cut to Roman Reigns.
Yeah. And then they went back to AJ, and we were like, oh shit, AJ Styles.
Like, those two jumped out of their seat, they were screaming, oh my god, I was just like, AJ fucking Styles.
And the crowd, again, went ape shit.
But for those of us who were watching at home, we got the shaft. Because, you know, we saw, you know, AJ Styles come out, boom. Camera shift over to Roman Reigns and his dumbass face. He had that Peyton Manning face.
Like, who the fuck are you?
Like, what?
Like, why the fuck are they showing him? Like,
and then shifted back to AJ. I know Roman Reigns was the center of the match, but why the fuck does Roman Reigns have to ruin everything?
Because Roman Reigns, he moves everything.
It could be worse.
How?
Could have Titus out there fumbling his words.
No.
I still fail to see which one was worse. Anyway, on to the next topic, Rodimus Perron.
Alright, the next category is Most Outstanding Performer, male and female. For the male side, the nominees are Cesaro, say it with me fellas, Dolph fucking Ziggler, Eli Drake,
Dummy,
yeah, Jay Lethal, The Perfect 10, Ty Dillinger, Johnny Mundo, Son of Havoc, and Ricochet. On the female side, the nominees are Charlotte Sasha Banks, Asuka, Jade, Gail Kim, Becky Lynch, and Alexa Bliss.
And who's your overall, like, from those nominees?
For the male side, I'm going to give it to Cesaro, and for the female side, I'm going to say,
excuse me,
not that, but I'm going to say Sasha Banks.
Could you imagine that couple?
Oh my God.
Sasha and Cesaro, that would be devastating.
That would be horrible.
The Superman and the Boss.
And I mean horrible in a good way.
Now, see, I misunderstood this. Actually, can I explain why you chose to put them as your outstanding?
Well, I decided to make this category a two-parter because, you know, there's some outstanding performers in the industry, you know, not just WWE, Ring of Honor, etc. So I decided to just combine that category, excuse me, and to give, you know, the male and the female some shine as kind of like a tag team type thing.
Okay. Yeah.
If that's the best way I can explain.
What caught your eye about Cesaro and Sasha?
Well, excuse me. Well, being I'm a fan of both of those.
Who isn't?
I mean, Cesaro, finally they put a belt on this guy. We've been hollering for months about, putting a fucking belt on this guy, and they finally put one on him. And then, Sasha Banks, she's done her thing this year. She's had a pretty big year. Charlotte, Asuka, the rest of the nominees, male and female side, they've all had some great moments this year, but Sasha and Cesaro are my picks this year.
Well, let's see, I misunderstood this, because I thought it was going to be, out of whoever you picked, who had the,
Yeah. So, again, I decided to make it a two-part category.
So, with that, I could just make a slight alteration. Because on mine, I just have, one. Yeah. My Lucha Underground Outstanding Performers. Luchador is Pentagon Dark.
Nice pick.
Because that Pentagon Dark turn, the promo he cut leading into turning into Pentagon Dark, then all the havoc he has run throughout, the temple in Season 3. Then, of course, Outstanding Female Performer, Sexy Star. Need I say more?
No.
NXT, Most Outstanding Performer, the King of Strong Style. Because, like I said earlier, he's been on fire, straight fire, ever since coming into WWE.
Mm-hmm.
And, of course, Asuka. I mean, again, can I say more?
Do we need to say more?
She has been one hell of a dominant champion since, and quote, has run out, the women in NXT. She essentially ran out Bayley, Nia Jax, Alexa Bliss. I use air quotes because she technically didn't face her in a match.
Yeah. Dana Brooke and Emma.
Emma and Dana Brooke kind of bumped up to the main roster before draft. She said this after the draft.
Well, yeah, you're right.
So, I mean, she's been a dominant champion. And I still say that if there's anybody to end the streak and take the belt off her, it's Ember Moon.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
Time's ticking. Especially since...
Though I wouldn't mind seeing Nikki Cross.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's definitely going to make San Antonio. But I think Asuka versus Ember Moon is going to make WrestleMania weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And for WWE, Most Outstanding Performer, you all know who we're going to say. You want to say it with me, Rod? AJ fucking Styles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I slipped up, but yeah.
AJ fucking Styles. Gas pedal as soon as he came in. I'm going to stop right there because he makes majority of this list. And of course, Outstanding Performer for female is going to be Becky Lynch.
Oh.
Because it felt right making her SmackDown's first women's champion.
It did.
I mean, going back to Sexy Star becoming champion, it had that Daniel Bryan moment because the crowd was chanting, "You deserve it," when Becky won.
I couldn't agree more because, she definitely had a strong showing. Her and Alexa Bliss are doing their thing right now, so, I agree with them. So I can't knock that.
Yep, and she's one of two women who have come from NXT that have become champion and not even hold the NXT championship.
And she's still holding her own regardless.
Oh, yeah. She's just straight fire.
Yep.
Moving on.
All right, brand of the year. And so with WWE and NXT being its one big thing, we decided to make them separate. So WWE, meaning Raw and SmackDown, NXT, TNA, New Japan Pro Wrestling, Ring of Honor, or Lucha Underground. Brand of the year, I'm going to say NXT.
NXT, wow, that's not what I expected you to say.
Yeah, it was, all the brands have had, hit and misses this year, but between NXT and Lucha Underground, I'm going to go NXT.
Okay. Let's see, again, this is another one I misunderstood.
Yeah.
Because I thought it was going to be, which one had the brand, and the only one on here like that is WWE.
Yeah.
As far as WWE's brand of the year, SmackDown. They're the ones that benefit the most post-draft.
Excuse me.
I mean, they got the big-name stars. They got great heel in The Miz and Alexa Bliss, and Baron Corbin to some extent.
Yeah, yeah.
A pretty talented tag team division that needs to be pushed more.
I'd say both tag team divisions on Raw and SmackDown are good, but SmackDown has the edge over Raw. It's just Raw
is repeat the tag teams.
Yeah, they're just throwing them out there. SmackDown is like slowly graduating to being a good division.
Yeah.
But both divisions need improvement.
I mean, you think about it, SmackDown took a big risk that could have paid off.
Yeah.
They decided to focus on the Hype Bros before Zack Ryder blew out his knee.
Unfortunately, he's going to miss some time out, but,
Get well soon, woo. But as far as my brand of the year overall, between these three, I'm split between Lucha and NXT. They have been better than WWE already.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm going to say Lucha by a slight hair.
Oh.
Yeah. Lucha has definitely put on a show, and they've proven that they can, bout with NXT. They put on 1-hour shows, but they're so good in quality. Whereas NXT is like a slow build-up to that takeover special.
Mm-hmm. And they've had some moments on NXT TV too. But like he said, it really builds up to those takeover specials, which are fantastic.
Oh, yeah, no doubt.
All right, the last category before we end this show, Match of the Year. There were several matches from WWE, NXT, Ring of Honor, the Indies, wherever.
Well, I'd like to throw in another topic,
okay.
Another one, and I don't know if you've prepared for this one or not, but I decided to put in Rivalry of the Year.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, because we've seen some really good storytelling in WWE and NXT and all that. So there have been really good rivalries. Oh shit, I missed one for WWE. Oh well. Anyway, but my rivalry of the year for Lucha Underground is Mills versus King Cuerno.
That was a good one.
Because King Cuerno, being the ultimate hunter that he was literally chasing death.
Definitely.
The symbolism is, it's definitely there.
Mm-hmm. I'll say my rivalry of the year, I'll take it the Ring of Honor route between Jay Lethal and Adam Cole. That was a heated rivalry.
Oh, yeah.
At the time, Jay Lethal was world champ. Adam Cole was chasing the title, being he joined the Bullet Club, and, they shaved his head, and they had the match at All-Star Extravaganza, I believe, and Cole won the belt because Jay Lethal said he let his emotions get the best of him because he wanted that revenge.
Yeah.
And I remember seeing the clip from Ring of Honor TV where they had the contract signing, and Jay Lethal had a pair of scissors. He threw it on the table, and he was like, "What's this?" And he said, "This is what you did to me." And he said, "I want revenge." And they got the brawling, and like I said, Cole won the title based off emotion, and that was a pretty good rivalry. I enjoyed that a lot.
And my rivalry for NXT, Nakamura versus Joe. That match is just, it had it petered out in a terrible finish. That match in Osaka and that match in Melbourne were kind of meh.
Yeah.
But I felt the rivalry truly hit its end. It's ended, so that's good. But I felt, the high note that it ended on, where Joe walked out of Canada with the belt.
Yeah.
That was the best ending for it, even though they wanted Shinsuke to keep the belt.
Yeah.
But it's been a really good rivalry. The King of NXT versus the King of Strong Style.
It's definitely had a clash of styles, no pun intended. And with those two, it was definitely Clash of the Titans. It was definitely Clash of the Titans. So.
And they did something I didn't think they were going to be able to do, and that's sell a serious Shinsuke Nakamura. Because the crowd's used, the NXT crowd is used to him, just kind of clowning around. They sold him really well.
Once he put on that serious side, it's going down.
Yeah.
As the song used to say, it's going down. And
of course, who could forget Shinsuke's entrance at
Brooklyn.
At Brooklyn, too.
Yeah, with the violinist.
With the violinist.
That was awesome.
And then my rivalry for WWE, Chris Jericho versus AJ Styles.
Really?
Well, it's either that or AJ versus Cena. But I felt like Jericho versus Styles was better. It had better in-ring work.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, that's Styles' first rivalry coming in, and he's facing off against, a dream opponent that we've, imagined for a while.
Yeah.
And it turned out better than we expected.
Definitely. It exceeded all expectations. Same way with the Styles-Cena, Styles-Reigns rivalries. It was a pretty good rivalry.
It was a pretty good rivalry, yes. But Styles-Reigns, nowhere close.
Nah, nowhere close.
I mean, both guys made each other look very good. Jericho never lost a step. AJ never lost in transition.
I mean, he's just been keeping his foot on the gas pedal, and the car's been going. Even when the car's on E, it's still going.
Yeah. All right, and now, match of the year. Rodimus?
All right, match of the year. Like I said, it's been some very good matches all over the board in professional wrestling.
Yeah. This was grueling because it was either matches we forgot about or pay-per-views we forgot about.
Yeah. So my nominees are Kenny Omega versus Hiroki Goto from the G1 Climax final back on August 14th of the year.
That was a good one.
Will Ospreay versus Ricochet Battle of Super Juniors May 27th.
That was great.
Dolph fucking Ziggler and The Miz for the Intercontinental title.
I didn't think that one would make that list.
Oh, it was going on the list. I was debating on what match should go on the list because there were so many matches. But that was from No Mercy back in October. Cedric Alexander versus Kota Ibushi from the Cruiserweight Classic.
Wait, hold up, time out. No Mercy in October?
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about this TLC match.
No, the ladder career versus title.
Oh!
You remember when we flipped out?
That wasn't a ladder match, though.
Yes, it was.
No.
Oh, no. No, it wasn't. My bad. You're right. It wasn't a ladder match. I'm thinking...
You're thinking career versus title.
Yeah.
Okay.
Career versus title at No Mercy. Thank you for correcting me.
I was about to say, there wasn't a ladder match in No Mercy.
Yeah, I don't know why I put ladder match. But number 3 is Dolph Ziggler versus The Miz. Career versus title at No Mercy back in on October 9th. Cedric Alexander versus Kota Ibushi, second round of the CWC.
That one was great.
I had to put that match on here. Fight Without Honor from Best in the World back in June. BJ Whitmer versus Steve Corino. That was incredible. I love that match. Number 6, the Broken Hearties versus Decay, which was known as the Great War from Bound for Glory back on October 2nd for the TNA World Tag Team titles. And the last match, Mil Muertes versus King Cuerno, the death match from Ultima Lucha 2.
That one was a good one.
Boy, I had a tough time choosing between these matches. I'm going to go Cedric Alexander versus Kota Ibushi as match of the year.
Oh, and what made that match even better was Full Sail wanted Cedric.
I mean, the ending, what told it all, he's soaking it in. The fans are, chanting, giving the praise.
Cedric.
Yeah, and then Triple H comes out there, the crowd goes ape shit, and they're chanting, please sign Cedric.
He's just like, you want him? We'll make something happen.
Yeah, and he's just like, okay, go to the back. He's like, all right, next thing you know, he's here.
He's here with Alicia Fox in a rivalry against Noam Dar.
Foxy, baby.
Love Noam Dar. He's awesome. Anyway, for me, match of the year in Lucha Underground, the Weapons of Mass Destruction match.
That was a good one.
That was a great one, especially the ending, where Killshot hits Marty the Moth with the double boots, as they're both coming off the ladder.
Yeah.
It's just that, and then they followed it. NXT Match of the Year, Shinsuke Nakamura, who dominated my NXT list, versus Sami Zayn. That match was the longest match on the Houston card. Houston, wasn't it?
What?
Wasn't it TakeOver Houston? Where they fought? Dallas. Fuck, I keep saying Dallas.
You talking about Sami Zayn and Shinsuke?
Yeah.
No, yeah, that was Dallas.
Dallas.
You remember WrestleMania was in Dallas.
Yeah. Again, right state, wrong town.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But I got what you were saying, though.
Yeah. But they went on for what seemed like hours, and they told an incredible story. Not to mention, both men got a standing ovation post-match. And match of the year for WWE. Sami Zayn once again. This time against Kevin Owens at Battleground. Their final match. Boy, howdy, they told a fucking story.
Wait, what'd you say?
Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens.
Oh, yeah.
The final match.
That told the story. I enjoyed that match a lot.
Especially Sami Zayn, he had that look of, I don't want to do this when he was putting away Kevin Owens.
Yeah.
The former best friends.
Yeah.
But, fear not, they're bound to do this forever.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And they've done it forever, seems like. So.
And an honorable mention for Match of the Year on WWE. Well, I didn't know where to put this. I guess WWE or NXT. Johnny Gargano versus Tommaso Ciampa, round 1 of the CWC.
Oh!
That match was beautiful.
It told that, besides the Cedric Coda match, there were people in the audience crying during this match. Or the Brian Kendrick Kota Ibushi match.
Oh, yeah.
Because remember, Brian came from the desk and, gave him a hug and they started crying.
That was the Johnny Gargano TJ Perkins match.
Yeah. The CWC was awesome overall. So
this was a great year for CWC.
Yeah.
Shit, I would love to see again. But going back to what I said, Gargano and Ciampa in round 1, just think about it. My eyes start welling up. It was such a beautiful story, especially the build-up to this match, where they looked at their friendship overall. It was just so beautiful.
Yeah, definitely. And the crowd loved it. I loved it.
Yep.
So.
But that is our WonderShop Awards. Congrats to Nakamura and Styles for dominating my list.
And congratulations to all the winners. So this is our first annual WonderShop Awards. We'll be back next year with the second annual, where we'll add WCPW.
WCPW. I don't know who else we can add.
Some more New Japan. Same old, but
maybe some more TNA.
Some more TNA, if they're still alive by next year.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to say when they're going to go out. I'm just saying it's coming.
Yeah. Maybe
Matt Hardy can single-handedly save it.
Hell, Billy Corgan couldn't do it because Dixie Carter's fucking lied to him.
Because Dixie Carter's afraid of making money.
Yeah. But anyway, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, come back in 2017 where we'll do a preview of Wrestle Kingdom and Royal Rumble.
And Takeover San Antonio.
I keep forgetting about Takeover San Antonio.
Yeah, it's the night before the Rumble, but...
At least I remembered Wrestle Kingdom.
Yeah. But we'll be back stronger, better than ever. Same old, same old. So let's just go ahead and close this thing out.
He's Mainstream Malcolm. Oh, wait. Yeah, he can't.
Yeah, he waved to the camera.
Well, the camera can't see him, though. Say something.
Stop.
Yeah. Okay, see? Yeah, he made his appearance.
But this is the War Machine, MJ.
And that's Rodimus Prime.
And we're a bunch of dummies.
No.
No?
No.
Maybe. Shut up.
We will see you fuckers next time.